Hi, I'm Karl Konrad and welcome to Australian Immigration News, proudly brought to you by Australian Immigration Law Services here in Sydney. The New South Wales government decided to join the rest of the country this week and opened up the remaining section of its 491 state-sponsored nomination program. The new Working in Regional New South Wales eligibility stream is now open to applicants committed to living and working in regional New South Wales. The government says this stream demonstrates support for businesses seeking to retain skilled migrants for their operations. Applicants can now apply directly to be nominated by the state if they meet published requirements. Please check out the New South Wales Government website for more detail. On the 28th of October, the Home Affairs Minister, Claire O'Neill, signed an order known as Direction 100, outlining the priority of how visas are to be processed until further notice. There were 27 occupations removed from the previous order, and this caused a significant stir in the media considering the recent cyber attacks in Australia and the IT occupations which were removed. Skilled visa applications are now to be processed in the following order of priority. Number 1, visa applications in relation to a healthcare or teaching occupation. 2, for employer-sponsored visas, visa applications where the applicant is nominated by an approved sponsor with accredited status. 3, visa applications in relation to an occupation to be carried out in a designated regional area. 4, for permanent and provisional visa subclasses, visa applications that count towards the migration program, excluding the 188 Business Innovation and Investment Visa. 5, all other applications. Within each category, for provisional and permanent skill visa applications, priority is given to visa applications where the primary applicant is located outside of Australia at the time the application is made. In relation to what occupations are covered under healthcare and teaching occupations, the following ANZCO groups will apply: health professionals, school teachers, health and welfare support workers, childcare centre managers, medical scientists, counsellors, psychologists, social workers, medical technicians, school principals, childcare workers, aged or disability carers, nursing support workers, and personal care assistants. The following visas are covered by this Directions Order 100, but I won't read them all out to you. You can pause the screen to see if your visa will be affected. The Department of Home Affairs released the planning levels details for this financial year. This is a very comprehensive booklet and is jam-packed with interesting graphs and data. But before we get into this, I had to laugh when I saw the front cover photo. Is this really how cafe and restaurant owners and staff around Australia are feeling? Now, yes, of course, we are all happy to be able to get out of lockdown and free to visit our favourite eating place, but due to the current skill shortages in our universe, we feel that this is a better representation of reality. Perhaps Andrew and Claire should spend some time working at the local cafe to get the feel of running a business at the grassroots level. Now to the facts about processing and visa applications. From the 1st of June to the 30th of September this year, the department finalised close to 2.29 million temporary and permanent visa applications, including nearly 1.45 million visitor, student and temporary skilled visa applications. Over 2.06 million of these applications were made by applicants outside of Australia. The number of temporary visa holders in Australia is recovering. As of the 30th of September this year, it has rebounded to over 2.1 million, having fallen to 1.6 million in December 2021 from a pre-pandemic figure of 2.34 million in March 2020. The department has received over 2.2 million new visa applications since the 1st of June 2022, compared with nearly 495,000 for the same period in 2021. In the offshore student visa program, lodgements have returned to pre-COVID-19 pandemic levels, with nearly 169,000 lodgements between June and September this year. And as far as the number of staff to be increased of the 500 promised, as of the 30th September this year, around 100 of these positions had been filled. The department says the remainder of the positions will be filled through rolling recruitment. Now, exactly what that means, and more importantly, when will that happen, is not made clear in this report. As far as visa processing times are concerned, the report says visas are now being finalised faster and processing times are expected to improve improve in the coming months. The department is managing a large number of older cases, as well as increasing the numbers of new applications. Processing times are currently impacted by older applications, but will improve as the departments work through these. So how are they managing these large number of older cases? To improve these statistics, what actually happens, as has many times before, they give priority to the new applications at the expense of the older caseloads. This improves the waiting time statistics and makes it appear that the change is happening at a faster rate. Well, yes, it is a very fast rate for those who recently lodged applications, but when it comes at the expense of those who are waiting for years already, of course this is not fair, and in my opinion it is a cruel strategy to make themselves look good in the public eye. The 482 temporary skills shortage visa represents less than 1% of Australia's workforce, but certainly gets a lot of media attention. The report details the top occupations nominated up until the end of August. Chefs and resident medical officers, which are doctors, easily top this list. And what does that tell us about Australians? Well, it means they're eating out too much, and that's making them sick. This is reflected in the Queensland figures covered by the ABC article this week, where chef and doctors topped their lists. One hotel in Chatswood, Sydney had a novel approach to compete in the skills shortages market for a head chef by offering a $5,000 reward to anyone who even refers a good chef to the hotel, and that chef ends up getting the job. With regard to planning levels, the government released the figures that make up that 195,000 number released at the October Skills Summit. A total of 142,000 will be allocated towards the skill program, which is nearly more than double of the last financial years. Huge increases go towards the skilled independent, regional and state and territory sponsored visas. We have seen already that more than 22,189 invitations have been given out. Also, the state and territories have been busy inviting applicants for the 491 and 190 visas. In the family program, 52,000 places have been allocated, a significant reduction from the previous year. You can see that the partner visa figure is down to 40,000 places, but do not be too alarmed, as the granting of these visas is not capped. Partner applications are meant to be processed on a demand-driven model, and the department should ensure that resources are allocated to make sure all applications are processed in a timely manner. Well, that's what's meant to happen anyway. And for parent applications, they have been increased up to 8,500, nearly double last financial year, as we discussed in last week's news edition. This is very good news for parent visa applicants. And speaking of planning levels, let's take a quick look at our main immigration rival, Canada. They have increased their migration intake to a whopping 500,000 people. Let's hear what the Canadian Immigration Minister had to say.
Look, folks, it's simple to me. Canada needs more people. Canadians understand the need to continue to grow our population if we're going to meet the needs of the labour force, if we're going to rebalance a worrying demographic trend, and if we're going to continue to reunite families and to do right by the world and make good on our commitments to support some of the world's most vulnerable.
Now, why can't our Immigration Minister say something nice and simple as that? Now, for those of you looking to apply for a skill assessment through the company called VETASSESS, which look after about half the skilled occupations on the occupation lists, you may have noticed a significant delay in getting a result. At one stage, I saw VETASSESS advising 6 months to get a result for a standard fee-paid assessment. In fact, even trying to apply for their priority skill assessment, the one where you pay nearly an extra $700, it is a very difficult task these days. The online platforms opens exactly at 9 a.m. for those priority applications, and within the first 30 seconds, all the places available for that day are filled. VETASSESS released a statement to try and calm the unrest. Our priority processing service is currently capped at 25 places a day. However, we are now accepting urgent requests for priority processing from applicants who can send us evidence of an invitation from the Department of Home Affairs or an Australian state or territory government. If your clients have an urgent request, please email us at migrate@vetassess.com.au attaching the evidence. It seems that VETASSESS is just another victim of the skills shortages pandemic. And for those out there who have lodged an appeal application to the AAT and wondering when their hearing may come up, well, it seems that it still could be quite a way off yet. The Australian newspaper reported that the AAT has issued an SOS as their case log tops 67,000. It seems that the government forgot to increase the funding for the AAT to deal with the review increase. And speaking of refused applications, consultations, you can see in this graph of visitor visa lodgements since 2014, the refusal rate is going through the roof and has reached 12%. Here I was thinking the government wanted visitors back into the country. It is overdue for me to acknowledge that many comments regarding people waiting more than 3 years for their 476 visa to be granted. Well, a recent FOI request clearly shows where the problem lies. You can see in this table that in the 2020 to 2021 financial year, only 5 visas were granted, while still over 2,000 were continued to be lodged. From July this year, 170 have been processed, but it does not even come close to catch up to those 670 that were lodged. Unfortunately, this visa subclass is obviously not a priority for the government, which is strange since the shortage of engineers is very well known. It seems to me to be a simple and quick visa to get engineers into Australia, so why are they not processing it? Well, that's all for another fascinating week in the world of Australian immigration. We did not even have the time to get to all of the interesting stories out there, but we will keep trying. If you need assistance, book a time to consult with us via the online booking platform on our website. If it's urgent, call the office and see if we can squeeze you in. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and like icon to support our channel. As always, take care out there and I'll see you next time. So bye for now.